everybody. How are you doing? And welcome to another week of Envision Me show. So go and get your pen, paper, your girlfriends, and get everybody together. And as you do that, you know what I'm starting to do? I'm always asking everybody, what is your snack for the evening? What is your go-to snack for the evening? Drop it in the feed and let me know. I love to hear it. I'm doing really good on my snacking, and I've been really cutting back and really watching what I'm eating. So I would love to hear what you are eating this evening, or what is your go-to snack for the evening. I've already had my water, so I'm excited about that. And guess what? It's me and you tonight. Super cool, super cool. So as you see below, the question is, how do you feel about being refreshed? And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Today's show, it is sponsored by Vision Made Magazine, the quarterly lifestyle magazine that is out here to empower, inspire you, the woman, going to go after your what's next. So be on the lookout for the new edition of Vision Made Magazine will soon to be dropped. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, just as Vision Made Magazine, drop me a line at the Envision Me Talk Show at gmail.com. And in the subject line, say sponsor. And we can get to doing some sponsors, highlighting you and having your logo just as we have it here. So with that being said, y'all know what we do. Oh, wait, before I even do that, because I'm always jumping ahead. If you are seeing some comments, and if you're not a subscriber to StreamYard, you need to give me access so I can see it immediately, or I won't be able to see your comments or questions or concern until afterwards. So go ahead. If you are not a StreamYard subscriber, making sure to turn off my phone. If you're not a StreamYard subscriber, go ahead and give me access so I can see it right away. With that being said, I always give you guys don't look at my nails, three assignments to do right off the bat. First one, it's Win Wednesday. I have to give some shout outs as we start out our show. So the first shout out is the win. I want to give the Win Wednesday shout out to is Latasha Reigns. Woohoo! Look, I'm gonna have to get a bell or something, but give you a shout out. Kudos for you. You're out here. You were talking back and forth about. We even talked about what the refresh mean to us. And then the last one is for Yvonne McGuff. Yay to the both of you. Again, you both are out here. You guys were talking about what it meant to you to be refreshed. And both of you, I have to give you kudos to that. So if you have a shout out, or if you have a win that you would like for me to shout you out with, drop it in the feed and let me know, and I'll definitely will do that. Not only that, so assignment number 2. I already had given it to you, giving you a heads up. So tell me, what is your snack? Your evening go-to snack, and what are you doing? Are you eating it, and what is it? I love to hear it. And then lastly, we're all about talking about refresh and what it means. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I chose that. But as I'm doing that, I want to hear what it means to you. Tasha talked about how she had a relaxing day, and I even talked about, to me, because she did ask me, and I said it was eye-opening to me. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. But I'm going to hear, what do you think refresh? What does refresh mean? Not what do you I think. What does refresh mean to you? Drop me a line and let me know. I would love to hear it. Okay, you guys. So as you know, this is all about envision me. So what do you envision for yourself right now? And if you want to share it, go ahead and share it. I would love to hear it. As you're doing that, let me say this. And the reason why I had used refresh is because when I heard refresh, honestly, I didn't even think of it. I really didn't. I really did. Honestly, I didn't think the word really pertained. I didn't think it pertained to me until something had happened. And I was asked, well, why didn't you say anything sooner? And I was just like, I didn't feel that it mattered. And also, too, knowing that if you say something, it has to there you're always, at least for me, thinking of the negativity, or there's going to be a negative impact, right? So with that being said, I had to refresh my thoughts and I had to change it. And I thought to myself, when I thought about refreshing, I thought about, how did it make me feel? How long do I think it's going to take me to really, really grip what I'm saying, grasp what I'm saying? How long is it going to take me for really to change my mindset on that? And I'd have to say, I'm still struggling. I'm always going to tell somebody I'm in the works, but I want to be honest, because I want everyone to know that in order for you to get to your what's next of whatever you envision for yourself, you have to change the mindset. And that was something we talked about last week's show with Angie, where she was saying how, how do we change that mindset? And one way was, to first and foremost, we had to recognize it. And so when she said it last week, I heard her, but I didn't hear her. You know what I'm saying? So if you understand that, drop me a one if that's you, or drop me a two if, okay, Pam, I recognized it, because I'm gonna say I was truly a one, you guys, because I just thought, oh, she's not, yeah, I recognize when I'm recognizing, paying attention, not recognize, but I'm really being mindful of my mindset, as well as the changes that is going on into my life, and what I want to go into my life. But I didn't really hone in on it. Is that you? That you didn't hone in on it, and I blew it away, and I'm like, "Oh, what we were talking about, this again didn't pertain to me." And the reason why I did that is like many of us, right? We we move our feelings, or we move our feelings underneath the rug, right? We shovel up underneath the rug, or brush it underneath the rug, and then we just move on with the day, and not thinking anything of it. But the only way I'm going to grow and go to the next level is to be mindful of it and pay attention with what's going on and how does it make me feel. So this situation it wasn't a situation, something that has was I was actually given an opportunity. I'm going to be honest. I was given an opportunity, and I was asked, well, why didn't you say anything sooner? And I was like, I honestly, I can't even say, but I did say I wish I would have said it sooner. I do wish I had reacted. In order for me to get to that next level of where I envision myself, I have to start paying attention to the actions that I lead to, or actions that I do. So if that is you, I want you to start being more focused on your actions. I want you to be more focused on your actions as well, because once you get to realizing the actions that you're taking, then, as well as the you're taking on that responsibility, you have grown to go to the next level. Now, is it going to be painful? Yes. Is it going to take time? I'm going to tell you now, I am one that's in the works, and I'm going to be honest, it's a little scary, because now I'm where I want to, what I want to do. I understand that I'm getting ready to sit out on this pool, in the center of this pool, and there's not many, right? But I have to first be able to count on me. So, with that being said, the way I know I can count on me is being, one, mindful of what is going on around me, as well as being mindful of the conversations that are going on. And then, two, taking ownership. Right? I'm going to take ownership for it and how it relates to me. So that is one way I'm getting ready to do some refreshing in my space. Another way, I don't know if this is you guys, but let me ask you this. As I've started to doing some working on the refresh in my space, what do you guys do about, or how do you feel about setting boundaries? I would love to hear, how do you feel when you hear someone saying, Sorry, I'm watching my phone. How does that make you feel when you're having to set boundaries? Do you do it? Do you stick to it? Do you set it and then you kind of waver? Is that you? Because let me tell you something. One thing I have been, as I'm on this mission to begin to do the refresh or I started resetting myself. Now it's all about refreshing myself to get to knowing who Pam is and understanding what Pam wants. I had to start setting boundaries. You guys, how many of you, is that you? Do you are you one of those people that put a one if you are one of those that has set boundaries? Two, if you set boundaries but you waver a little bit. Or three, and this is between us. You all know I love a good old conversation with y'all. I love to sit down here and we talk about everything. So I love this. Or three, you want to set boundaries, but you don't know, or you know that if you set the boundary, what it's going to cause. So if any of those pertain to you, drop the number and let me know. While you do that, I have to say they are all me. In order for me to know, in order for me to even sit in that middle of that pond, I had to set boundaries. And it was hard. It is hard to say. I came out strong. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna set the boundary, and I even said things are not gonna happen till after this time. And then I stuck to it. I promise you guys, I stuck to that boundary. I set that and I stuck to it for, I don't know, good week, 2 weeks. About the middle of the second week, I started wavering a little bit, like, well, it's gonna be okay. I'll be able to do things. I'll bend a little bit. And as I began to thinking about that bending, and I will say this, it became that I thought about it, and then it was like the universe heard me, which then had allowed um the boundary to be cut short or not. I didn't stick to the boundary for a minute, but I'm back on it. But it was really, I believe in what you think is what you put out in the universe will happen. And so that's did what happened. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be okay. It'll be okay. And I'll lean. And then, sure enough, as I started wavering on it, then it seemed like the gates opened up, and then the boundary was just out of the water. I'm not even going to kid you. I'm not going to kid you guys. It was out of the water. And I know you're all like, well, why does this matter? Because I want you to understand that we all have to set boundaries in order for us to get ourselves to the what's next on what we envision for ourselves. And here's why. Because if you were already there on doing what you envisioned, then you would be there and you wouldn't have the doubt, or you wouldn't be thinking about, oh my goodness, questioning what you're doing. So if you're one of those people that is on the fence of, well, should I set boundaries? If I set boundaries, how's this going to affect the next person? And then how long am I set the boundaries? The boundaries is to be set, and this to be set in stone and follow through. My follow through game I was a little shaky. That's why I was like, are you one of those that will set the boundary and then you'd be like, and then you're moving back and forth. It was me. That was me. Again, I believe what you put out in the universe, it will come back, and it did. But then I said, nope. I reset myself, and I said it's okay. What happened? And I learned that I have to be intentional of what I speak, and the actions that I say will that it'll happen. And it was prime example of it. So note that I just want you to know that in order for you to get to yourself to your what's next, as you envision yourself doing, that you're going to have to set boundaries, and it's going to hurt. And note that you're not the only one. You can hear, you'll be able to have this out there, this recording out there, and you can have like, oh my goodness, I need the support of Pam on how does she get past creating that boundary, and then the boundary, you let it get, you put your guard down for a little bit, and then it wavered, and how did she get through it? I reset myself, and I cut myself slack, but recognizing that that it needed to be done, and I needed to reel myself in, and I didn't let it go on. And here is my win for this week, and I got a couple more. But the win is recognizing, and the Pam in the past would have just let it go. So, in order for you to get to your what's next, you have to be very focused, and you have to be very intentional on the moves that you make. And may that be that you have to create boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with boundaries. And then, how do you feel about yourself doing this new you, right? We last quarter was all about resetting the mindset, and that's why I had Angela on, and I had another amazing guest on. And so, if you're interested in listening to those shows to help you get you to the refresh, check us out. The podcasts are out there on many of the larger platforms, but resetting and now refreshing. It's all about refreshing our minds, getting ready for to be that resilient you. And so when you refresh, you have to reset. It comes with the mindset. So how does that make you feel? And I want to hear and that's why I asked everybody, how are you doing? Really, really, how are you doing? How are you doing, and how are you feeling today? So drop that in the feed and let me know. Yes, did you guys see? We have a lot of interaction. I want to hear what you say. And as we get off of here, I'm gonna still drop it in. I want you to tell me, how was your day? And how do you feel about when you hear the word refresh? So let me know. And then how are you feeling about yourself? Now, and I say that is because, did you not hear what I said earlier? I said that I was really hard on myself when I wavered on the boundaries that I set. I was really hard on myself. And then two, the other part that I was really hard on myself was the opportunity that was presented to me. When I was presented to me, I was just like, oh my goodness, thank goodness. It was a relief. And I was so excited. I was so proud of myself. But then I was like, why did I wait so long? So in order for me to let that go, I had to refresh my mindset, as I said, and started to think intentionally and be very intentional on how I move. But I want you to tell me, drop it in the feed and let me know, one, how are you doing today? No, really, 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 how are you doing today? And I want to let you know, however you're feeling, it's okay, and cut yourself some slack. Give yourself grace. That's the only way we're going to get to getting you to your what's next. And so one way is cut yourself slack, you guys. I learned that, and I'm learning that. You know how I'm starting to learn that? I'm back to journaling. Oh my, I love to journal. I used to journal every day. Every day. I used to do a personal journal and a business journal. So I'm back at it, but it does allow me to release any of that, the negative thinking or the imposter syndrome. That's all that part is gone. So I'm just being cut yourself some slack, give yourself grace, and note that you working on your what's next and how you envision yourself working on your what's next is all on you. And don't wait till tomorrow. I don't know how many. I just talked to someone and they were like, yeah, I'm going to wait to work on for me tomorrow. Is that you? Is that you? If that is you, please don't. Y'all, please don't. Can you start today? Even nothing else, if you even drop in the feed and said, Pam, I'm getting ready to work on my what's next now. That's first step. And that's a win. So if that's you, drop it in the feed, say, I'm getting ready to work on my what's next today. And it's me just talking about it, me envisioning doing that. I'm all about moving to the next level. And the only way we can do that, we got to talk about it and not put off today what you can do today for tomorrow. Don't do that. So if you're needing some motivation, if you're needing some ideas or tips on how you can start working on your what's next today, go ahead and send me a quick message. You can DM me on Facebook, or you can email me at envisionmetalkshow@gmail.com. And then in the subject line, if you want to just put help or talk, we can go through it. But I want you to do it now, everybody, now, because tomorrow is not a guarantee, right? It's always being said. So tomorrow's not a guarantee. So let's get moving on that. And then lastly, oh my goodness, y'all know I could talk to you all day. And so lastly, as we're talking about refresh, today is Win Wednesday. What is your win for today? Drop it in the feed. Let me know. I see y'all out there. Tell me what your win is for today. I would love to hear it. But I'm going to tell you my win for this week is I got through my there was a branding, it was amazing, a branding cohort, and I finished it, but it stretched me. So I did finish it. I'm so proud of myself that it allowed me to get me to what I'm envisioning for Envision Made. And so someone's like, well, what did you do? So one thing that came out of this branding cohort is that I am now going to be doing some business magazines, doing some, excuse me, magazine management for businesses. May it be a small business or may it be a nonprofit. Now, everybody's like, well, wait a minute, how are you going to do that? You guys, I am going to take your voice or your vision, mission of those into two entities, and we're going to create a magazine, such as though, oh, you can't see it, such as those that are on the wall, as well as those that I have been working, that are the custom clients that I have been working with. And so if that is something you're interested in doing, where you want to get your business an amazing marketing tool, as well as creating some it's just a marketing tool done in a magazine. I'm so excited about that. And so we're going to just create a story. I'm your storyteller, and I'm going to do the storytelling through the magazine. So I'm super excited about this. If this is something you would like for your business, go ahead and email me at envisionmetalkshow@gmail.com. And in the subject line, if you would put magazine management, I will definitely get back to you. That is something I'm super excited about, because now I have a team that will actually help me to that will design a magazine to tell the story of your vision and mission statement through a magazine. So we're really excited about that. And then the last piece that I worked on was knowing that not only do I have the magazine management, but then we also have the podcast. And so with that being said, the podcast is out here to empower, inspire you, yes, you, to go after your what's next. But knowing that going after that what's next comes with a price. And I had to learn that. And in that cohort, they really taught me that it does come with a price. And so some of the costs that it comes with is the change, the mindset. I also had even heard, after I talked to outside of that cohort, I also talked to someone about it. They were like, it comes with isolation. And I was like, ooh, that's good. Isolation of you changing the mindset, as well as isolation from the norm. And knowing that all of that is all about growth, but how do you go through it? And knowing that you're not alone was really the eye opener. So know that when you're going after your what's next, and knowing that how you envision your what's next, it does come with a price. But it's yours. And that's one thing I'm really valuing, that when I work on my what's next, it's all for me, and it's all about me. And me empowering, as I said, you to go after your what's next. I understand it takes some resetting, takes some refreshing, and then you got to get some resilience. And then at the end, we get to do some rewarding. But I know it takes time. And so that's what we're all here about is so time. So with that being said, I want to hear your win for this week. Also, too, as we get ready to close it down, what is your win? I want to hear what your win is for this week. And also, real quick, nothing big. If you're out here and you want to jump on and you want to tell me what is your what's next, or what do you envision for your what's next, I would love to hear that as well. And then lastly, y'all know I got to have that snack. So tell me what your snack is, your evening snack. I would love to hear that as well. Sorry, you know how I get. So within this last few minutes, before I let you go, I am all about book on the shelf. And we're getting ready to bring that back, y'all. I love me some reading. I love some book on the shelf, but I would love to hear the books that you are reading. Right now, I'm going to tell you my book. Actually, I just hold on, let me see. I just purchased it, and it is Who Better Than You by Will Packer, excuse me. That book is amazing, amazing. So if you're like me, I love some good books. I That is one book that I am listening to, and then the other book that I am listening to is You're a Badass at Making Money. Y'all know I'm all about, I want to make some coins, and I thought what perfect book to do that, listen to, is those two books. So that is what I am. That's my book on the shelf for this week. I will drop it in the show notes on the two books that I am reading right now. I would love to hear the books that you are reading or that you would like for others to read. And I think we're going to start talking about it, because I feel that that's another way we can start getting our mindsets motivated, or getting our mindsets to know that we are refreshing our mindsets, actually, excuse me, refreshing our mindsets, and as well as is helping us to envision what our what's next looks like. So tell me the books that you are reading or that you would like to. Then two, tell me what your what's next is if you would like to share. Three, tell me your win for this week. And then lastly, where are my all vision board people? Where are y'all at? Y'all know I love me some good vision board. So if that is you and you are hearing me, but you have not, you have a vision board, but you want to share it, take a picture of it, send it to me, or you can even Facebook. I'm on Facebook under Pamela Stone, and Facebook me a copy of your vision board. I love vision board. Maybe we may have to do a vision board one day on the show, because y'all know I love me a good old vision board, which then helps me get clear on my what's next, and as well as it'll allow me to get myself in line and have fun with y'all. So if that's something you would like to do, let me know too. You guys got a lot of homework to get to. So I am going to cut it short, but I want y'all to know you guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging in here with me. Note that you are amazing, and you only have one life to live. So live it to the fullest, y'all. I understand that obstacles come, and sometimes we have to do a reset, then a refresh, but it's okay. And know that I'm here. I'm going through it. And we ain't have to do it by ourselves, because everyone's like, I don't have anybody. You do. I'm here with you, and I'm here for it. And if you are one of those individuals that would like to have your logo displayed on the Envision Me show, drop me a line. I would definitely love to display other logos besides Vision Made Magazine. Love to give some shout outs, and love to get some kudos. So if that is something you're interested in, I definitely would love to hear from you. And I say, know that you are amazing, you rock, and only way your vision is going to be made is sometimes you have to reset and refresh, but note that it's okay, and okay to go after your what's next, no matter what. Until next week, everyone, when I have another amazing topic to talk about. If there's a topic you want me to talk about, let me know. Drop it in the feed, and I definitely will do it. Until then, everyone, take care, and note that it's okay to start to reset and refresh. so we can start on working on our what's next for next week. Until then, everyone, bye.